Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining me for today's Thursday, November 18th World Session. You can go ahead and join me weekly. It's free every Thursday, or if you can't make it live, you can go ahead and sit back and listen to the recording, which is posted on to my website weekly at www.mmarzak.com. Marzak is spelled Marzczuk. So let me take a moment and tune in and see what comes up for all of us today. First thing that's coming up is to tap the cortices. So tapping the cortices balance the brain, softens the corpus callosum, improves brain function, body function, and makes the communication between left and right brain hemispheres and left and right brain body sides more fluid. So just go ahead. You can go ahead and do this for yourself. You can follow me, or you can sit back and relax. In fact, I recommend tapping your cortices at least once a day. You can do this for your children. You can do this for yourself. It's great also to help with anxiety. And stress. It lowers the stress threshold within the body. Now, as the first thing that's coming up is to tap the cortices to ground, to give a little bit of room within yourself, so the thoughts are not taking over so much. Put one left hand on the base, basically where your head meets your neck. You make your hands nice and wide, like you're going to hold a coconut, so it reaches both hemispheres, and you breathe. And then you tap the head gently. You tap your heart right in the middle of the sternum, and then you tap the gut brain. And you do this for 2 breaths. So taking a nice deep breath. You move one hand position up, and you continue tapping. Again, one hand position up, making sure you're tapping gently. It doesn't need to be hard, that your hand does span across the top of the head, so you're reaching both sides. It's creating a standing wave. Nice deep breath. I'm starting to relax. This feels so nice. If you feel like doing this for yourself, you can just sit back and receive. This is also great to do midday or around that 4 o'clock slump where the brain fog kind of sets in. Creating clarity, or doesn't create clarity, it gives space for clarity to come in. Beautiful. Let's see where we go. We're going straight into a cellular repair. So whatever your body needs, it will take. Just seeing where we're going. We're doing a cellular repair to the kidneys, bilateral kidneys. And then linking that cellular repair from the kidneys to the amygdala complexes. So the amygdalas are 2 almond-shaped structures on both sides of the head. and they're responsible for fight, flight, um, freeze. And I think there's another one: fight, fright, right, freeze. And so, going to go ahead and balance the amygdala complex to the kidney complex to drain out paranoid thinking, pathological thinking, fear of, so there's fear of failure, fear of success coming up, low self esteem is coming up here as well. And misinterpretations of what is actually dangerous. So, if there's a car coming, fear is a natural emotion that comes in, and fear would come in to move you out of the car's way so that you wouldn't get hit by the car. When emotions become driven or pathological, excuse me, when they become skewed, then it creates discomfort within the body and within the body mind. So that means something that would trigger an overreaction. So we're balancing out, draining out those fears, those pathological fears from the amygdala complexes, linking that and draining out that fear from the kidney, from bilateral kidneys, while doing that cellular repair to the kidneys. Oh, my whole system started to relax. That feels really nice. I'm going to go ahead and tap that in. You can go ahead and take a deep breath. Now I'm moving right into the nervous system, right down into the central nervous system. And it seems like there's an inability to recognize how much rest you really need. So this forcing, pushing, productive, very goal-oriented behavior about how you treat yourself and how much you push your body. Now, goals are not unhealthy. It's fine to have a goal. It's okay to have a goal. Like 5 years from now, this is what I'd like to work towards, and there's no end guarantee, but every day I work consistently towards my goal. But when it becomes driven, goal-oriented, means that thing that you're working towards is a guarantee. And once you get there, you will receive something to save you from your experience now. And the certain central nervous system is so tired and just feeling how much rest it really needs. But we're absolutely clueless. We just push ourselves and push ourselves and push ourselves. And so the nervous system is really tired. So I'm going to do a beautiful hydration to the central nervous system. I'm going to flush away that pushiness and those goal-oriented actions that keep forcing into the next activity, keep forcing into doing the next task, completely overriding your body's needs and your needs, and disrespecting yourself and your life circumstances and what you've been through, all of the life experiences that you've been through. We're going to go ahead and run. Oh, there, I just finally took a deep breath. Go ahead and run an active memory thread to the nervous system. So parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system of, I must force myself to be successful. I must force myself in order to achieve success. I must force to get what I want. I must force to have my needs met. Oof, that's really heavy. I'm dizzy actually doing this, so I'm going to let that, linking that to the diaphragm, small intestines, to dump all of that thinking, all of those beliefs from the nervous system so that I can move into that beautiful sympathetic nervous system and the body can start actually to heal. You know, there's just so much sadness coming up. There's just, I'm just so feeling so sad feeling this. How uh, so emotional and grief is coming up that everything comes before everything that comes before you. And so then there's no space to heal. And if a little bit of energy comes up, the body starts to heal a little bit. Oh, then the pushiness comes in again to go ahead and to force you into the next task so that the healing is prevented. I just this driving force of these thoughts just keep in that same space of pushiness and of forcing. Oh, I'm just gonna let that emotion, it's starting to release. There is a beautiful deep breath and going into it's leading into the diaphragm. Uh, You're gonna do an emotional drain from the diaphragm. It's got all of these emotions, all of these emotions giving way to feeling. You could feel your emotions. And sometimes there's a tendency to numb the feeling, numb the emotion, control the feelings, control the emotions. And that gets bunged up and stuck within the body and it causes pain. So we're in the diaphragm and I'm going to go ahead and do Ho'oponopono to the diaphragm. This is a beautiful ancient Hawaiian prayer for self-responsibility and for forgiveness. Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Oh, that feels so good. The emotions are running through. The body's going to be able to synthesize those backed up emotions. Feeling my emotions. You can say that. Feeling your emotions. Feeling your feelings. Feelings of the senses, but we try to numb them. There's a numbing of them to not experience. Oh, there it goes. Oh, now there's starting to be relief. Going to go ahead and hydrate that diaphragm in the front and on the side and even in the back, and doing a hydration to all of the layers of the fascia within the diaphragm, helping. The water is going to move those emotions. It's going to help synthesize those emotions and tapping that out and linking that into small intestines for release and synthesis. There we go. And there's some digestive issues coming up. So whether constipation or diarrhea. So constipation is holding on and not wanting to let go. So basically holding grudges, holding. And constipation is diarrhea is the bottom falling out. So not wanting to deal with anything. So constipation is holding and diarrhea is not wanting to deal with anything. So going to go ahead and do doing a connection between the small intestines and the large intestines so that they're communicating together more effectively. So going to go ahead and do a Seedri to small intestines, a Seedri to the link to large intestines, and a Seedri to the large intestines. Get that whole digestive those digestive juices moving, the bile flowing, um, mm, feces moving out, the stool to move out. I get a nice rhythm. And linking that into um, large intestines time for release and letting go with 5 to 7 a.m. So that the body is in alignment or is working with the meridians to just making sure I've got that right time, the colon time, excuse me, which is 5 to 7 a.m. Yes, I was correct. 5 to 7 a.m. so that it's working with the natural, each organ and body part's natural time. So there's this time for eating, which is stomach time. There's a time for rest, which is the heart time, which is around lunchtime. It's time to eat and rest. So linking up the body's natural rhythms with each of the organs' time. Oh, that feels so much better. Oh, that feels so much better. Oh God, there's this beautiful release, and I can feel the body synthesizing and reorganizing. All right, tapping this in. End of session. Thank you all for joining me. You can go ahead and share this recording freely. You can send the link for others to join me. This is open to all, and see you all next week. Enjoy the shift.